Greetings, Earthbound Travelers. Welcome to tonight's episode of Will of the Dice presents Scions of Oblivion. Tonight is our Halloween episode. Since we're off next week, we all wore costumes. Yay.
That's not the sound a Jedi makes.
Says you.
I know the sound Youngling makes.
I guarantee you Obi-Wan Kenobi made the spooky laugh at Anakin at least once. At least one.
All right. So, I am Tyr the DM, the world's okayest DM. I'm doing Sexy Viking tonight. Before we get started, we just want to make you aware that this is for mature audiences only. If you're not mature audience, get the fuck out. Go away. You don't belong. Yeah.
Correction, you do belong. You just don't belong here at this time, at this point. Get a little older, get a little bit more mature. You can come back and hang out with us, but you do have a place. It's just not right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
All right. Before we get started, we do have introductions and announcements. Yes, immature adult is okay. As long as you're over the legal age and don't get offended by things like the word fuck, you're okay.
I mean, we're a group of immature adults.
Yes, Ben is wearing... Ben, scoot closer to your camera for a moment. They want to see your hat. All he needs now is a hose and say the phrase.
Shitter's full.
All right, announcements. Locke.
Hi, gamers. Locke here. Talk to you about our partners tonight. Level Up Dice. Find purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. And tonight, I'm going to talk to you about some vampire dice because, well, it's frickin' Halloween, god damn it. My favorite time of year, actually. But that's why I'm talking to you about vampires. And Level Up Dice, turns out they make officially licensed Vampire the Masquerade dice. Right? It's awesome. These are anodized aluminum dice. They come in black with white on them. And then the Hunger dice have blood splatters of red across them. They are awesome. You can get just one. You can get a set. And they are really cool. And currently back in stock in the store right now. I mean, you can go there and you can look. They've got all the different clans. They've got all the different factions. You can go check those out. But newly back in stock, they have the Banu Hakim set, which if you're an old school VTM player like me, you might have to look that one up. I did. That's what they call the Assamites now in the new chronology. The Assamites have rebranded. I think the followers of Set have also rebranded and have a new name. But yeah, so like some things have changed, but they're still the Assamites and they're still cool and they still kill you silently and shit. So you can get the Banu Hakim dice and the Sabbat faction dice set back in stock. So you're gonna go check those out, and to do that, you're gonna go through our link, through our portal, which lets them know that you came from us. It helps us out, makes us look good, and you want us to look good, right? So that portal is https://bit.ly/L, D, Will, Dice. That's bit.ly/LUD, Will of the Dice, all one word. Go check it out. And we would also like to thank the musicians who have provided music for tonight's show. The music that's provided helps enhance our experience, and your experience makes the game cooler for everybody. So we'd like to thank those musicians. Those musicians tonight are Dwergar and Patrick Taylor, our very own Pants.
Thanks, Locke. Talk to you about One Community, One Campaign, because we're all in this shit together. Alice?
Hi, everyone. Tonight's One Community, One Campaign is for Scott Adkins of Revival Militaria. They have historical shoes and accessories for your reenacting desires. all hand-assembled from 100% natural materials, from the leather to the sinew and even the cotton for their gambesons. I believe that's how that's pronounced. Their products are sure to impress you and your friends. Perfect for combat of all sorts, walking around the merchants' areas, or even dancing. Their products are perfect for you. Besides, what is high immersion without the right footwear? Their products range from Roman Caligay and Viking boots to Tudor turn shoes and German bear-clawed shoes, each with closed toes and each with closed toes to keep that marshal happy. And you can find them at revivalmilitaria.us.
Thank you, Alice. Finally, do you want a wicked-ass Will of the Dice t-shirt?
Yes,
Do
yes,
you-
I do.
I do.
Do you want to wear one of the character portraits up on your person and let everybody know about Will of the Dice? Then head on over to willofthedice.com/shop. Our t-shirts are live. Go get yourself a couple. We'd appreciate it. All right. Announcements made. It is now time for introductions.
Hey everyone, I am John. I am playing your Loxodon Druid Zaraj, and tonight I am dressed up as Jumba from Lilo and Stitch. We got my daughter a little cute Stitch onesie, so I am Jumba, and my wife will be Pleakley, and it is totally adorable. So, yeah. Now I can take this off because that is really hard to balance on my head. And you can find me all over the internet at that_film_guy.
There it is.
The whole costume thing threw off my rhythm.
It threw off his groove, one could say.
One could say that.
But we won't throw him from the balcony. Hello, everyone. I'm Fairy Princess Wren, and I'll be playing Vinfira tonight. She's the grumpy 19-year-old half-elf sorcerer who's become completely disenchanted with the world. She's got extra pale skin, ice blue eyes, and long dark blue hair. Everything's been kind of turned upside down for her. She was a very sheltered child, and now she's been thrown into the thick of it with all of these goofballs. So she's not really sure what's going to happen next. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween. Weekend before, rather. It's me, Patrick. Dressed as a 70s tactical vampire this evening, playing the voice of Tosh. The prince of a long-fallen ancient city, now encased in a body of silver and bronze. Akatosh, or Pants, is a scion of the Awoken and a protector of the Key of Angermora, one Tarios Frostmane. He is not afraid to give his life to save the world, and maybe someday soon he'll be able to visit the library and find out who he really was. You can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben Sigurd, and tonight on this episode of National Lampoon's If You Roll a 1, You Better Run, I am Tarius Frostmane, the identifiable as a Minotaur only by the horns and hooves, for I wear a raven's mask black as midnight with eyes like emeralds. I seek the one thing that the world has always seemed to lack, and that would be mercy. I've also pretty much succumbed to the fact that I'm going to be king to solve some problems. I may not be king long because, you know, there's other things to do, but you can find me on Twitter at Ben Sigurd.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice, tonight dressed as Angela from Library of Ruina, and I'm voicing the 20-year-old ball of sunshine, dandy Santhy gelbean pincushion gelbean Monfrey. I think I skipped a name in there somewhere from putting pincushion somewhere it didn't belong. She has short, fluffy strawberry blonde hair and light caramel-colored skin, always dressed in thieves' clothes unless she's dressed as Jebadoo Sparkle Gem... whatever his middle name was that I can't remember. She's no longer a scion of Oblivion, concerned for her parents' well-being after being duped by Antivar once again. She's just trying to find her way through life at this point, trying to figure out how to stop it from crumbling beneath her feet, as that seems to become more and more inevitable. And also trying to keep her spirits up while she does it. And you can find me on Twitter at CapandCuppyCake.
I believe the one you missed was Gigglebox.
I did miss Gigglebox.
And Jebediah was Shiver Timbers.
Hello there. It's okay, little one. No reason to be frightened. Come here. Hi, I'm Locke Clark, and I'm dressed as a Jedi. Particularly Obi-Wan Kenobi. Look, I even have a lightsaber. It lights up and everything. I am playing Karak Stoutheart, who is a full orc cleric. He is the voice of the Scions. He was recently reunited with his tribe, and has since left again to stick with his chosen family and help try and save the world. You can find me on the Book of Faces and Twitter Patience at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
And I'm Tyr the DM. As I said at the beginning, I'm rocking the sexy Viking tonight. I DM this cacophony of clusterfuckery, and I do so happily. You can find me on Twitter at Tyr_the_DM. With that being said, remember tonight's safe word, as always, is porcelain. And do we have any last requests before we get started?
Not the face!
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Patrick's 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 mom. Or should I say, hello there?
When last we left, you all had defeated Chancellor Stormhorn, taking the ability for Tarios Frostmane to become king. The Council of the High Clerics came to consult with Tarios, wanting to know what his plans were, if he planned on staying and being king, and that since his plan was not to stay, that they would converse amongst themselves to try to find a solution that would be agreeable to all parties. After this, the party did some discussion when Gangriella was able to speak to Venfira, letting her know that soon she would need to release her or they would become fused together permanently. While talking to Karak in his room, they saw prophetic utterance come to life as when they were told the swans would dance, and there, engraved on the wall, was a ballroom full of dancing swans. Conveying once more in the throne room, with being called by the supposed council, it was an ambush, a trick of Minotaurs who are still loyal to the Chancellor, who thought to destroy the party. The party was swiftly able to overcome the adversaries. And that is where we left off. That is where we begin.
We're still standing around all the defeated bodies, right?
Yes.
Want to search them?
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I'll take some of that.
Yes, same.
16.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
You find... What'd you get there, Alice?
32.
32.
Jesus. I have a 7. Stop trying.
They carried only the crude weapons that they had on their person. You will notice that these weapons are substandard. These were not weapons of grand craftsmanship. They were just simply to get a bloody job done. You will also note that each one of them carried on their persons a coin that had the embellishment of a maiden kneeling, holding a gentleman's head in their lap.
A Minotaur gentleman?
No, just a gentleman.
Is that familiar to any of us?
Seeing this image, Tarius will punch the nearest table into like smash a chunk out of the side of it.
You're right there, my friend.
That's a very insulting image, considering that was done to my parents.
That's a strange connection. So, these people obviously were still loyal to your uncle. I feel like this overtaking of the throne is going to be a little more messy than I thought, actually. Oh, so are we setting out on a PR campaign then to try and get those that are more loyal to your uncle under your spell, or vice versa?
I do need to address Locke's question about is it familiar. It would be familiar to one person, perhaps, and that would be Dandy. Please roll a history check, Dandy.
I think I know why, but let's see if Dandy does. Oh, damn, I'm rolling good tonight. 24.
Nope, not familiar.
I literally rolled a nat 20. That's as high as I can go.
Sorry, 25 was the DC. It's very, 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 very vague. Very obscure.
Damn.
I'm going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. The coins glow magic.
Coins are all magical.
They are a variation of abjuration.
Some sort of abjuration spell.
Remind me what kind of magic that is again?
Abjuration is that's protection magic, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the magics that you use to protect one another, to set up alarms and gates, and safety.
Hmm.
Or if you want to rig something to blow up, because you want it to be safe.
Protection, yes. Protection can be offensive and defensive.
I wonder if that means that whoever else might have a coin like this knows that these people are dead.
That's entirely probable. Alright, we have multiple things that we have to deal with. One is we need to go and do some research in the library. For both Venfira and for Tosh. I feel like we are quickly running out of time because we saw the portent upstairs. So that may have to be a priority. We may just have to weather assassins until we can find the information we need and act on it.
Wow.
They might not be assassins.
Another
I mean,
Tuesday.
anyone trying to kill a king is technically an assassin, whether they're... that's kind of how that works. Regicide is generally considered assassination. Like, if you even if you, just, do it to their face, it's still an assassination when it's a king.
Even if they consent to the battle?
Okay, that's different. That's war.
Yeah, just because these guys weren't good at their job doesn't make them not assassins.
Correct.
True.
Bad assassins are still assassins.
And they might not be assassins by trade, but what they did was attempt an assassination.
I'm
Now we're getting into...
I'm going to make a dice roll here because you all have hit on something that may spark a memory. Give me another history check, Dandy. The dice say yes.
19.
The emblem will come flashing back to you. A couple of years ago, there was a guild of assassins known as the Sisters of Silent Slumber. They went by several different names, but in Iron Sage, they were known as the Sisters of Silent Slumber. They broke the rules of the guild of assassins of the Red-Eyed Raven and were excommunicated to a person. It was such a calamity because they were literally members hung from street signs and buildings and left on the sides of roads as a warning to those others. This coin is their device. It is their heraldry.
Oh.
What is it, Dandelion?
You're right. They are assassins. They're a group called
What was the name again?
The Sisters of Silent Slumber.
the Sisters of Silent Slumber. They used to be a faction of the Red-Eyed Raven until they got excommunicated. A lot of them were hung in the streets in plain view.
I remember that, yes. Walked outside one morning and there were suddenly just people hanging from lampposts. That's... But they were supposed to have been wiped out entirely. Unless someone new is using the name.
Or the heraldry.
Interesting. Our second thing we need to accomplish is we need to get to the Holy City, and we need to get to whoever is now in charge of the temples and get Tarios consecrated. And the third thing we need to do is figure out where we go from there. He needs to correct some things here, and we need to set things in place so that when he leaves, things don't go immediately back to the way they were. And part of that will mean figuring out where we need to go next. But all of that requires us going to the library.
For knowledge. And hopefully answers. More
Knowing
than
is half the
questions.
battle.
Do we need an invitation?
I have two. Tarius looks at his left fist, then his right fist. Perfectly good invitations.
Your Highness, you're a king now. I think you could just go to the library whenever you'd like. They have like the gold membership card. Like a multi-pass or something like that.
Hey, no one's dressed from that franchise.
Oh, wait, damn it. Let me get it off. Come here. Don't worry, keep playing.
This is what is known. The library in the Flame Song Academy is open to any and all. There are some restricted areas that, as news will travel of Tarios' defeat of the Stormhorn Chancellor, that will open up doors that would otherwise be barred. But most of the knowledge is public domain. The Minotaur are a people that believe knowledge is power and want all of their people to thrive.
Tarios, may I have permission to act in your name?
You pretty much have been so far, so I officially grant you the right to act as my mouthpiece.
Thank you. And Karak is going to march over to doors, throw them open, look at whoever is standing there. Hopefully it is someone.
There is no one. There are 2 corpses on the ground.
What was the little butler's name?
Maynard.
Maynard, yes. I bellow.
He is
At the
one of the
top-
corpses.
Oh, I thought. I figured there were 2 guards. Okay, so no Maynard. Oh, they killed Maynard. It's been more than a minute, I'm sure, at this point.
Zaraj checks the body. Has it been more than a minute?
Give me a medicine check.
All right, medicine.
Looking at the corpse of Maynard, Tarius will sit there and
16.
say, "They killed Maynard, those bastards."
16 tier.
It's been more than a minute.
I'm going to storm down the hall then, now angry, until I find someone, anyone.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh yeah, I'm real good at that.
Ash is just sticking closer to Tarios. Now there are more dead bodies, and is possibly going to need to be in protection bodyguard mode.
I, as a player, have a really bad feeling.
I have a 14
You don't
With
find anyone, Karak.
with my giant +0.
It is very unusual, but you walk down one end to the end of the hallway, throwing open the doors and looking to the other end of the hallway. It's as if the palace is deserted.
Tyrus will throw his head back and bellow at the top of his lungs, "Antivar, you are a whore."
Well then, I storm back into the room. Palace seems empty. I don't know where everyone has gone. We should move. Let's get to the library.
Dandy'll just pull some random flower she thought was pretty that she found on the side of the road somewhere in their adventures and put it on Maynard's body.
A beautiful lily on Maynard's body. As you all exit the palace, I need a reception check from everyone.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, nat 20. So, yeah, nice.
Alice?
26.
Locke?
16.
Ben?
19.
Tosh?
A dirty 20.
Bryn?
Unnatural 20.
And John.
Natural 20, making it 29.
You will see noticeably this place that was full of bustle and hustle is dead. There is not a soul on the streets.
Something is definitely fucked up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Who knew killing a king would do something like this to a city?
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to deal with Antivar.
Antivar or your uncle's supporters.
Or,
¿Por qué no los dos?
A
Dandy
strange
says
thing.
in a language that nobody knows, not even her.
¿por qué?
I heard it once.
I've read these novels before, the Telemundos. They're very good. But anyway, regardless, your uncle was also in league with Angamora, yes?
Which would explain why they keep trying to grab me.
And shadows being a naturally occurring element in all homes when there is light in them. Or on the streets. Who knows? I
Is
say
there,
we keep moving, though.
is there any sound of any kind of coming from any direction other than our immediate vicinity of dead silence?
Give me a perception check.
Can I get some of that action too?
Yeah, go ahead.
21 for some fun.
25.
You two will hear what can only be described as marching in unison.
Do you hear that?
Look at Dandy and say, yes, and that's not good. Everybody, we need to hide.
With a 21 and a 25, it's going away from you.
Oh. We have a...
Should we follow it?
Yeah. There's a large group of somebody that's moving away from us.
Which means they're moving towards the castle? Palace? Place of royalty where you now live.
Incorrect.
If they're moving away from us, they're moving away from the palace because we're at the palace.
Guess we're going towards the... Where are we currently? Are we still inside the building? I thought we were on the street.
I thought the way I had it is y'all had just stepped out of the palace.
Oh. Well, shit. So they're heading towards the library. Sounds-ish.
Yeah, we'll follow them. Quiet.
As you all make your way, the winding multi-levels of the crown city, you'll come upon a hill looking down. You will see a stream of people marching towards the holy city.
What do they look like?
Really not good.
Just everyday people.
But they're marching in unison?
Yes.
And it's a blend of every race and
Like a hive mind almost. Would you say, would I infer almost like a mixture of persons marching in unison being almost hive mind like?
Something like that.
Something's really not right there.
Yeah, no.
Would this seem like they're not doing this under their own choice? Like maybe they're under control of something?
From the distance, it'd be hard to tell.
Is Wilhelm one of them?
With as many people, it'd be hard to locate a single individual.
Wilhelm, when last we saw Wilhelm, he was already in the Holy City. We left him there, and came back to the royal city from the Holy City.
Maybe one of us needs to get close.
Ooh, turn me invisible.
That's what I was getting at. Ven's going to cast greater invisibility on Dandy. Remember, with your ring, you can choose to hear certain kinds of communication, but no one can do it to you without. So, oh wait, none of us have like sending scrolls, do we?
I can send.
Okay. So, if you want Karak to be able to like talk to you when you're invisible, psychically, you have to make the choice for that to happen.
I consent to that communication.
Because consent is key.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. All right, I will give you 10 minutes, and then I will send. And you can respond back to me.
All right, Venfira is going to speak in infernal shadow swirling and put a hand on Dandy as Dandy becomes invisible.
And Dandy is going to sneak to get a closer look at the line.
Stealthily making your way. It will take you about 5 minutes to catch up to them. They
She's not invisible anymore. It only lasts a minute.
Oh, it only lasts a minute? Oh, okay.
Well,
It's a
then do
good
we
thing
want
I
to
rolled
just plan
for
a little
stealth then.
closer?
Yeah, we'd have to get closer first.
Too late. What'd you roll on your stealth check?
18.
Creeping, mingling. You notice that it doesn't matter that you're trying to be stealthy. Everyone has the same blank, unblinking stare, looking forward as they march in unison.
While we're waiting on Dandy to get there and be able to check things out, I look at Tarios. If they're all marching to the Holy City, then that means that there is something about to happen in the Holy City that we probably don't want to happen. Which means we should probably get there faster. Do you know where the stables are?
I imagine I would. And do I?
Yeah.
So I will give directions to the stables so we can expedite our travels.
And as some of you may notice, like as we're walking and talking about the stables, that Karak is just like very, very lightly tapping his hand against his leg in a very steady rhythm. All right, let's get horses, and then once we hear from Dandy, we can ride, meet up with her.
Don't you have to send to her?
I do. I told her I would give her 10 minutes. Get the horses, and then we'll be prepared.
Sounds like a
Dandy,
plan.
I need an intelligence saving throw, please.
Yay! $14.
You feel
I'm going
this,
with the crowd.
Exactly. You feel this compulsion take you. That same blank stare, that 1 foot in front of the other mentality as you go marching in step with the crowd.
Yay!
Since
Imhotep.
Thinking it.
Are you sure we should
So
wait
was
10
I.
minutes? Are you sure we
It's
should wait 10 minutes? It seems like a long time.
going to take her several minutes to get there, and I wanted to give her enough time to fully see what was going on. I imagine at this point we're like saddling horses.
Yeah, but we changed where we were. Shouldn't we let her know?
I trust Andy to take care of herself. Besides, it has been 8 minutes and 22 seconds. You'll notice as Sugarak is like fastening a saddle onto a horse. Since his hands are busy, his foot is now tapping in that same rhythm. As soon as the horses are ready and 10 minutes is up, I will cast the spell.
All right.
Dandelion, we have secured horses and are prepared to meet up with you. What have you found?
Give me an intelligence save, Dandelion, as this voice comes bursting through your mind.
Oh, that's much better. 28.
The trance broke as you hear the voice of your comrade asking what you have found. You are much further than where you were, and you have no recollection of how you got there.
Dandy's gonna just sort of move out of the crowd a little bit. Not wanting to get swept back up into mob mentality. And she's gonna try and look around for any sort of landmark that she might be able to use.
There's the Raining Squirrel Tavern.
Oh, she's right by the Raining Squirrel. How convenient. What's my word limit?
25.
At Raining Squirrels. Don't know what happened. Come quick.
Dandy might be in trouble. She's by the Raining Squirrel. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep, jump up on a horse and go.
Now, Tyr, given that these are Minotaur Kingdom horses, I'm assuming that they are large and stout enough to carry one my size? Okay, good. Otherwise,
Yeah, these-
I would be a horse.
Yeah, these are massive, huge horses.
Like if Clydesdales were much bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, so
When in
Dandy
doubt,
and I are
become a horse
gonna
yourself.
So Dandy and I are gonna look comically small on these horses.
Yeah.
Dandy's gonna look like a Lalafell on a frickin'... I can't remember the name of some of the mounts from 14. Never mind.
Actually, that raises an interesting
Behemoth.
question. Could Venfira actually she's not got riding experience as it is, but could she actually ride a horse this large?
It'd be difficult. Give me an animal handling.
Or you could ride with one of us.
The king won't let me ride with him, so there is extra space on my horse if you need to ride.
I mean, we can
Holy
double
shit.
up.
I actually rolled a nat 20 and don't have a 0 in animal handling. I rolled a 22.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice. All right,
Usually
so
men and animals don't go together.
we kick off at a gallop.
I told you the last time when you tried to ride horses, Tosh, you are too handsy. You get your own horse.
I'm just holding on for my sake of being able to stay on the horse, but also to protect you better. But fine, if you want to see it as being handsy, whatever. Hi-ya! And he'll take off in front of Tarius.
All right. 1 second here. Trying to read my notes. So, you all go galloping on these massive steeds, their hooves sounding like thunder on the cobblestone. You'll hear them approaching, Dandy, as they come around the bend, coming down the top of the hill. Y'all will see there in advancing this march of people.
Ooh, there you guys are.
I'll lean down and offer a hand to Dandy.
She'll take it.
I'll pull her up with me. And I think perhaps... Actually, because I don't actually know that. You said you didn't know how you got here. What happened?
I don't know. I was back there, and then suddenly I was here.
What did you say?
Well, everyone just has these blank faces. Like, they don't even know what's going on.
They are under some sort of compulsion, then.
Tyr, does this sound like any kind of magic I would have read about?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Okay. 22.
There was a class at the Amber Spires that talked about the probability versus possibility of someone being able to enchant a entire land. And that it is something that rulers have tried to do for many years as fail-safes should they die. But at the time, it was only theory.
I remember sitting in class listening to the teacher talk about some theory. Rulers using enchantment magic to control people if they died. Which is weird. Do you think...
don't.
I mean, it was supposed to be just a theory. But, I shall kind of point in the direction of the crowd. That doesn't look like theory.
No, and was it the guy that Tosh tried to punch who taught you about that?
He was the headmaster. He didn't actually teach any classes. And I don't know. Tyr, would you remember who taught that?
On a 22, it would have been the Professor Morgan, who taught magic theory and probability.
No, it was Professor Morgan.
But it might be safe to say that as the headmaster, he might know about this sort of thing.
Yeah, if that's actually Jaleel. That's the thing, is when that whole thing happened, he looked like Jaleel, but he didn't act like Jaleel. Master Jaleel knew me really well. He had a really weird interest in my magic, now that I think about it.
And if Angramora was in league with Tarios' uncle, then it's possible they showed him the secrets for how to achieve this. Regardless, we need to get to the Holy City, and fast. I suggest we leave via a different gate than the mob, so we do not get swept up or attacked. And we ride hard and fast.
Yeah, from what you've told us, it sounds like we need to stay clear of them.
I agree.
Who's freezing?
I believe it was phrasing.
Oh, phrasing. I thought she said freezing. I'm like, who's freezing? What? Don't mind me.
All right.
Well, said riding hard and fast.
I mean, yeah, if that's your thing. But
And sometimes at a medium pace.
Sorry.
Yeah, to the Holy City.
That's my line.
Sorry.
I need insight checks.
okay.
Oh,
I'm trying to be nice here.
I use the Force.
22 again. Different configuration.
And my insight's a +8.
Okay. These people are all headed to the Holy City. It's going to take days for them to get there. You know this because you've made this sojourn. It'll take you days to get there. But you have no idea what's going on at all and what you'd be walking into. You do know that there was a theory and probability class taught about this type of magic. It might behoove you to see if the library has any information, as it is now most likely unattended.
Library!
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
Dandy. They seem to all want to steal your thing.
I mean, no, look, Siraj is right. We want to go and stop whatever this is, but we should have as much information as we can, so Dandelion, would you like to, do the honors?
To the library!
Yeah!
The Flame Song Academy is not a grand architectural design. It is a large rectangle with a domed top. The campus that it resides on, however, is immaculate. The grass well kept, the topiaries well designed and maintained. This is a place where all who come bask in splendor and rest in the arms of knowledge. It is now vacant.
We'll park our horses outside, find a place to tie them off. I'm sure that such things exist here.
Oh, yeah. Boop, boop.
Throw open the doors and go inside.
Tosh is on high alert, drawing his scimitar and donning his shield, and is going to be sticking close to Tarios through this whole thing, just being very key on trying to stay alert.
You are easily able to find the library, as there are signs pointing to the library on the different maze of corridors. A huge library consisting of 3 stories. Stairwells leading to more stairwells, ladders on rails to get to large 6 and 7 foot story bookshelves. This thing is massive. And in all of this splendor and grandeur, the thing that will seem out of place based on passive perceptions is a plain wooden door.
I really want to say that feels very familiar, but I think that was in DQSR that happened, so I don't think it feels familiar to Karak, just to Locke. That Tarios, that door.
Yeah,
Has it always been like that?
Has it?
Yes.
Yes, it's always been like that. Rather plain and odd like that.
Why?
You don't know. You never bothered with the door before.
No.
Dandy,
Mm-hmm.
guidance. Check the door, would you?
You got it.
14. Oh wait, no, I didn't roll the d4. Oh. 18.
18. There is a series of the most intricate traps that you have ever seen laying upon this door. Each of them interwoven into another to where you would have to disarm 3 at one time. Should you fail, it would trigger the other 2.
This is such a clusterfuck of traps that it's making my eyes hurt. I don't want to touch that door.
I mean, the other option is I kick it open.
This sounds like a bad idea. I could probably try and, if we can't disarm the traps, I'll stand there with my shield up, and should the traps try to target me, I feel that my shield might be able to protect me for reasons of being a shield master of sorts.
I
With
did
that
not prepare
18.
that spelt.
With that 18, would I be able to tell potentially what might happen if these traps go off?
No.
We could just find the key as well. Just
I'm
open-
pretty sure whoever had the key has fucked off to the holy city.
Don't be so sure. There's always parties that don't feel secure in holding the key on their persons, and maybe they have it stashed somewhere secretive. Somewhere like here. And he's going to reach up the top, like when you would check for keys in somebody's house, that there's like a little key.
And you will pull down a key.
Yeah.
Key! Now,
Would-
Dandelion,
if-
take this key and let me know, using your lock-picking skills, will you tell me if this key will go in that door?
She'll examine the key.
It's a key. Without being able to see the tumblers in the lock, you have no idea if it fits.
She's just gonna look up at Tosh. Sorry. My throat did the thing again.
Anybody have any? Yes. Get your water skin. Get the water skin. Yes.
Okay. Danny's gonna look at the key. She's gonna look up at Tosh.
It's a key.
Okay. Well, then I would suggest everyone take about 5 steps backwards from me, and he's gonna. His sword already being away, he's gonna bring his shield in front of himself, and he's gonna very carefully
I'm gonna
after.
touch Tosh on the back of the head, guidance, and I'm gonna pull Dandy and put Dandy behind me, and pull out my shield and give Dandy full cover.
Let's kind of look behind him. All right, here we go.
Hold on, watch Tarios and everyone else. What are you doing, Tarios?
I'm getting behind the Karok and Dandy train.
Ziraj?
I'm gonna stand a few feet back and get ready to heal whoever gets blown up.
And Ren.
Venfira's gonna back the fuck up and get behind some bookshelves or something. Just anything that's not close to where things might blow up.
Right. Now that it seems you all are in safe positions, I'm going to attempt to open this door. And he's going to put the key in the lock,
It fits.
and he's going to turn it the way you would turn a key to unlock a door.
And the door unlocks.
He's going to now very careful. Which way is the door open? In or
It opens inward.
So he's gonna then hold the shield up, and he's going to just push on the door.
I'm going to need a series of saving throws. The first is a dexterity saving throw as fire woof erupts.
Hey, I could use my shield master thing because I'm the only target of this. Finally, a use for this for this freaking feat that I took. That will be. Add. What does it say? Add. Save and throw. That's
I believe you get advantage.
similar. And then I get to add your shield's AC bonus, which is always a 2. So that makes that is a 23.
All right, so you'll take half damage. Hold on 1 minute. I'm still counting.
Is it was that a success or a failure? Because I can use my reaction to take no damage.
That's a success.
Oh, then I will use my thing to take no damage as my shield covers it.
Okay. I need another dexterity saving throw, as now ice shatters around you.
Oh, perfect. Again, more shield play. That is a 21.
Okay. You'll take half damage on this one,
Okay.
because you said that was a reaction, right?
Yeah, well, that's what it's saying on here. Let me see if I can pull up the full thingamajig here. Feats, come on. Pizza. Shield Master. Beats. Shield Master. Nope, that's Dual Wheeler. Go to the S for shield.
Tier.
Yes.
These effects that are happening from the traps, are they mechanical or magical?
Mechanical.
Okay, there's no magic happening.
Not yet.
Okay, let me know if I sense magic going off.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just says reaction, but it's so weird.
Okay, so you used a reaction on the
Actually,
first
wait,
one.
it doesn't work as
Yeah.
I don't think that works as a reaction. Can I do this as a reaction?
So I'll take half damage for the.
Which would be 35
iced.
points.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Tyr, let me. I'm gonna ask you this because this is fiddly.
Okay.
And if not, then I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I have Warcaster, so as a reaction, I can make an opportunity attack by casting a spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature. Now, the creature is the finicky part there. I want to attempt to dispel any magic on that trap.
Okay,
I
so
want to throw a dispel magic. So even if it's not... As soon as I see the fire and the ice hit, I want to throw a dispel magic at that. If you want to make it use my reaction or not, that's up to you, but that's what I would like to do.
So you won't be able to use your reaction because one, it says an opportunity
Creature.
attack. Well, it's not even the creature; it's
Yeah.
the attack of opportunity. That has very specific
Right.
connotations, and then the creature as well. So you'll have to just use an action to cast a spell magic.
Yeah, I would like to throw a dispel magic at the trap,
All right.
and I'll throw it at 4th level.
Okay.
See if that helps him take less damage. Hopefully.
Roll a d20 for me, please. And I need another final dex save from the 3rd trap.
Straight D20 roll.
Yes.
16.
16. How many hit points does Tosh have right now?
26.
26?
Mm-hmm.
You had
We
a
had to
long
fight.
Oh yeah, you didn't have a long rest.
I have no rest.
So
I had to fight.
I'm gonna roll dice here because the next trap is magic, and Karak is casting dispel magic. So I'm gonna roll here. Karak, you just on instinct, as the 3rd trap is fixing to spring, you cast dispel magic. There's a shiver, a shower of silver sparks that blasts in front of Akatosh. The spell that was about to go off, power word kill, being dispelled.
Would I have any way of knowing that's what I just dispelled?
No.
He'll then have the shield. He'll look back at everybody and just be like,
Vinfira, I believe there's something you should say right now.
Fucking dumbass.
"The door's open, is it not?"
Yes, you're welcome. And I walk up and I gib slap him on the back of the head and cast a 3rd level cure wounds on him.
Thank you. I guess I defended myself from 3 traps with the shield, and the 3rd one just seemed to be a bright light show. So,
Yes, there's a reason for that.
you were a bit choppy there, my friend.
You still with us, Lark?
1 second.
So did you finish? Okay, is it better now? No.
Not the video, but the audio is.
Okay. I made the mistake of rolling in D&D Beyond, and D&D Beyond rolled very slowly, and everything got choppy. So yeah, I said that's because I dispelled the magic that was trying to kill you. There was a
Nice. Well, I thank you.
Also,
And
you got back 23 points from me smacking you in the back of the head.
thank you.
You look now, Tosh, with that 23, so you're still down pretty much.
Could definitely use more healing. I
Great.
would never
Here's
say
another
no
third
to
level cure wounds coming at you, as I now give you a loving tap with the trunk. All right, 10, 16, 24 points from Ziraj with that third level.
Thank you. I feel, probably about a little over half. So we're feeling good now. At least better. Not dead. Now,
Open up a couple of more doors.
shall we?
Shall.
Yes. Dandy, would you like to lead guidance?
Dandy will check for traps as she leads. Dirty 20.
As you cross the threshold of the doorway, Dandy, you see it is a stairwell going down into the darkness. As you take the first step, torches light, illuminating the second, third. On the fourth step, you come across a silver wire connected to 4 other silver wires. Another intricate, interwoven series of traps. You rolled a 20 on this. Each of the other silver wires have a small gem with a rune in each one.
Hey, Karak,
Yes.
do you see those gems there, and there,
Yes.
and there? Can you read the runes on them?
I will look intently at where Dandy is directing my eyes.
What languages does Karak speak?
Common and Orc.
You cannot read the runes.
Do you point them out to the rest of us?
I mean, she pointed them all out. If they were
Okay.
paying attention, they would have known where she was pointing.
Celestial, Common, Druidic, Loxodon, or Primordial?
Nope.
Minotaur.
Nope.
Elvish, Gnomish, and Infernal.
Infernal. It is elements: fire, ice, thunder, lightning, water, death.
They're
Not
elements.
Heart, not Captain Planet?
They're the elements, all of them. And death. That's Infernal.
Okay.
Which one says fire?
Venfiri will point to the one that says fire.
Alright, I'm gonna try something. Everybody stand back.
Yeah, the rest of us should back up in case this goes
Yeah.
fucking sideways.
Yep.
And I
I'm
am
way
going
back.
to
Hang up.
Everyone, remember it's the 4th step that has the tripwire.
and
And then
then
she'll
as soon
back
as
out.
Yeah, as soon as I am 30 feet away from fire, I'm going to hurl a produce flame so I hit the rune that says fire with fire.
Okay, make that melee attack.
Or spell attack.
Or spell attack.
A 28.
You hit. I now need a dexterity check as there is a large whoof of fire that comes back at you.
Check or save.
Save, I'm sorry.
Nope, that's all good. I have bonuses to saves. Alright. Will the dice. Ooh, 14.
Okay, you'll be taking full damage.
Ugh.
You said 14, correct?
1-4, yeah, 14.
Okay.
While I'm watching the elephant get roasted,
It could have been a trap, could have been a puzzle.
I'm gonna tap my chest, cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level.
Okay. Zaraj will take 56 points of fire damage.
Okay. So Zaraj says, don't do that, as she collapses.
Is she out?
She's unconscious.
Yeah, I
Not
I
outright
go up
dead.
to I go up to Zaraj and I cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds on Zaraj.
Give me an insight check, Dandy.
You get 16 back.
I got another dirty 20.
Ooh. I need everyone but Dandy to earmuff.
Ooh, it's been a while since I've been in one of those.
Opt you out.
You are familiar with traps. You've been disarming them and setting them for many years now. Looking at this, you now come to realize that the crystals, if they are disturbed, the elements explode. That's the nature of the trap. That's why they are connected to each one of the strings. The only way past this is going to be to disarm the trap's trigger mechanism, which is going to be difficult, or try stepping over it, which could be fatal.
Okay.
Alright. We have 2 options. I can try to disarm this incredibly complex trap, or we can all try not to trip on the wires. I don't know if I trust some of you not to trip the wires.
That is very rude.
I didn't say any names.
But you were
Third
looking
option.
right at me when you said it.
Third option, Dandelion. I turn into a giant eagle and I fly us one by one down the hall.
A
Flying
giant
over-
eagle will
You're-
fit in this
If
hallway.
if you flapped wings in this hallway, you could disturb those crystals and they'd go off. If they get touched by anything or
Raj has
jostled
having a
around,
no bones day today.
Dandy, given your expertise on these matters, would you think that from the opposite side of this trap, that there would be a way to disable it easily?
Tier?
You're unsure.
I don't know.
And the wires are how are they strung? Just like
Okay, so the way it is you've got 3 wires coming in and connected to a single wire. Each one coming in at a different angle, holding tension in a different place. It's kind of like, have you ever seen those tables that the tension of the chains cause them to stay in one place? It's kind of like that.
okay. Okay.
And while
So,
we're figuring that out, I'm gonna
someone Dandy's size could move past it without touching it if she were, say, walking on the ceiling.
Yes.
And so I point that out. So if you were to just walk up the wall and walk down the ceiling and get past it, you might be able to see something you're not seeing now and see a way to disarm it. Yes?
Before I answer, Tyr, I have a question.
Okay.
Does the ceiling slope down with the stairs, or is it straight across?
It slopes down with the stairs.
Okay. Can I see the bottom of the stairs from here?
You cannot.
Okay.
I hate to interrupt, but can we take our break?
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and take 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Greetings and welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging out while we took our break, get our snickety snacks and everything. Before we went to break, the party had uncovered that the would-be assassins that assailed them in the throne room were carrying tokens from a assassin's guild that had been excommunicated and believed killed to a man. They then discovered that the entire population of the city was marching towards the holy city, Erendos, in a zombie-like trance, even the trance sweeping up Dandy for a few moments until luckily the sending spell from Karak was able to break it. Deciding to travel to the library to try to find some more information about what's going on, as well as possibly the other things that they had on their list to research. They discovered that amongst all the grand ornate decorations, there was a simple wooden door. A trapped wooden door with a very intricate trap, leading to a set of stairs that are also trapped. Having discovered that the trap are elements and death, that's where we had taken our break. And this is where we resume.
Okay. So,
As you were saying, Dandy, we have to either trust that you can get rid of this trap, or make sure that we all can get down the stairs without tripping these traps, right?
Right.
So, I say we put it to a vote.
damn it, Throat, why? Why again? You usually don't strike twice in one stream. My apologies.
Oh no, how dare you be human and have mucus and whatnot.
It's not mucus. I don't know why, but for some reason, it really only happens at night. Like, one of the, parts of my trachea will just go for no reason. Like, it'll just spasm and cause me to cough. No idea why. Anyway.
Let me do Karak's suggestion first, before we take that vote.
Sounds like a plan.
So Dandy'll...
Guidance.
up the wall and up the ceiling, down the stairs, along the ceiling. Also looking for traps just in case the ceiling is trapped too.
Give me an investigation check.
Because if there are these many intricate traps, she's not going to risk the ceiling being safe. Ooh, that's good. That is a 23.
There are no traps on the ceiling.
Well, that's good. How far does the ceiling, like, how long is the staircase?
Are you trying to go to the end of the stairwell?
Yeah.
Okay. You will walk for about 5 minutes, disappearing from sight, and you will come to the end of the stairwell to another plain wooden door.
Okay. Dandy's gonna walk down the wall, not down the door. 'Cause she's not touching that door. She doesn't trust that the door isn't trapped. And she's going to look for any sort of mechanism for the trap that's close to the top.
All right.
That is a 22.
You do not find anything.
Alright, she's gonna slowly make her way back up the stairs, checking for traps along the way.
Oh, you're walking up the steps?
Yes.
You'll get about 10 steps up and you'll come across again the silver wire with the multiple strings attached with the crystals.
Okay. She's gonna go ahead and try to disarm this one, because it's right here, and she doesn't really see any other option besides stepping over it.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check.
Big number, no whammies. Ooh. What are those numbers put together? $24.
Very, very carefully, using your tools, you're able to apply proper tension, wedging your tools into the stairwell itself, into gaps in the mortar where the stones are joined, allowing the middle line that connects these to be removed.
She'll remove it. Will removing the tools then release the tension on them?
Removing
them
the
go
tools,
off?
if done correctly, will allow you to fully disarm the trap.
Alright, another sleight of hand check on that then.
Yes.
Ooh. 17 plus 8. 19, 18, 19, 20, 26? Is that right? 25. 7. Yeah, that'd be 25. I
Carefully.
can't count today.
Very, very carefully. Removing the tools, gently lowering the strings with their crystals to either side, letting them come to rest very, very still.
And she'll keep going up until she finds the next one.
That'll be the one with your party waiting on the other side.
So, how'd it go?
There's nothing down there, but there's another plain wooden door which I find very suspicious. One might even call it sus. And there was another one of these traps, about 10 steps from the very bottom. I took care of that one already. So I guess this one is the only other one to do. Wish me luck.
Wait, everyone should back very far away. Because the blast will be pointed in our direction, because that's the way the runes face.
Just be careful.
And I'll walk up and I'll just reach over and touch Dandy on the forehead. Guidance. And then I will back up, way up the hall.
I'll back up too.
Backing up with everybody else.
Yep. Getting clear.
That's another. Wait, no. That's 4 plus 3 with the guidance. So 27. Yeah.
Just like with before, you're able to wedge your tools, holding the tension, and remove that center line.
Alright. Now to try and get my tools back.
I slip forward very fast, reach over, touch Dandy on the forehead, guidance, and then back way the fuck up again.
Nat 20 plus 8 plus 2 is a 30.
Easily the trap disarmed.
Well done, Dandelion.
I told you I'm good at this. There's a reason I boast.
Indeed. All right, lead the way.
Down the stairs to the suspicious door.
Coming to the door, the torches on either side will light as you come down the steps again. It is a plain wooden door without a handle. There's just two holes about yay far apart, about 16, 18 inches apart, about 3/4 of the way up.
No, bad big brain, bad joke, don't. Bad.
Am I the only one wondering if they're about Minotaur horn sized and about the right height?
Not the only one.
No, you're not the only one. But my brain's also really wanting to make an inappropriate joke.
I think they're too high up for that.
Yeah, they'd be the strangest set of those ever because of how high up they are.
You just stand on your head for that.
Nope, still wouldn't line it up.
Yes, do doors like this with these particular things exist in the Minotaur Kingdom anywhere else from here? And does this look familiar to you?
Give me a history check, Tarius.
I got a 9.
Doesn't seem familiar.
Doesn't seem familiar.
Bummer. Well, Dandy, expert locksmith and knower of all things locking and non-locking. What about your brain? Does this look like stick my finger in, stick someone else's finger in, and we wiggle around until there's the door unlocks?
Then you'll check for traps.
Guidance.
You know, Tosh, it doesn't usually work by just sticking your finger in and wiggling it around.
I don't think I need that guidance. Because that's an investigation, right? Just
Yes.
to be double checked. Because that's the 32.
You can't see any means of mechanical locking.
I don't see any locking mechanism stuff. Does it look magical?
I can take 10 minutes and find out. I will, ritually cast Detect Magic.
The door does glow. There is a protection magic about it.
There is protection magic upon the door. Unfortunately, I don't have the strength left today to cast another Dispel Magic like I did to save Tosh back there.
Sorry, it's not something I know how to do.
You're muted.
You did.
I had sneezed earlier and I forgot to unmute myself. I was saying it's something I do know, but I am not prepared to do so.
Dandy is going to reach into her pouch and throw a piece of bacon at the door.
Oh,
Bacon
trap
hits
bacon,
it.
I've missed you.
Slides down the door.
Seriously, who cooks your bacon? It's always so squishy.
Well, Karak normally does.
I do not cook squishy bacon.
How long has that bacon been inside of your pocket, though?
Not that
That, I
long.
believe, is the real question.
I get new bacon every day.
Who knew the Minotaurs like squishy bacon? Anyway, so, magic door, no traps or mechanicalness is what you said, Dandelion. So,
It could be a magical trap.
I say two of us stick our fingers into the sides and we wiggle around and see what happens.
Tarius clears his throat and says, "Open sesame."
The door opens.
I guess it just opens at the king's word then.
Tarius shrugs and walks forward.
Walking past the threshold of the door, this is a 20 by 20 square room. There is a single bookshelf lined with leather-bound tomes, 2 torches, and the faint scent of incense.
I want to inspect the bookshelf.
How are you inspecting it?
Visually. I'm just looking at names on spines.
There are no names.
Why did we come to this part of the library again?
Because it seemed unusual.
Because there's
Obviously-
a weird fucking door, and this group apparently cannot resist a weird fucking door.
Yeah, because weird fucking doors always open. And then Zaraj realizes she didn't, and will just like kind of take a coin from her pouch and move it into another pouch.
Zaraj! I can't believe you would say such
Sorry,
a
I'm a little. That blast of near death kind of has me a little off.
Yeah, give
Zaraj,
her a
we...
fucking break.
Hey, I was actually dead.
So those books. And Josh will go over and he'll pick one off of the shelf. And he will go to sit at the table and start to read it.
It's basically talks of the history of the world, of how Teledegarios was 5 kingdoms and how it was united under one banner. It also talks about how the forbidden knowledge of the Minotaur people was locked away in a safe place because of the power that it contained. And then it goes on to do and Jebediah beget Jebediah, and Jebediah beget Jezra, and Jezra beget Mark, and Mark beget...
Mark guy was an asshole.
But this book is exhilaratingly interesting. He'll close the book, he'll put it on the shelf, and he'll take the one to the right of it, and he'll go and he'll start reading that book. He was probably a speed reader because he can, he's read so many books so many times.
Give me an investigation check.
Sweet. Seven.
Try as you might, you can't focus. The words seem to move on the pages.
Well, that's an odd book.
What's wrong with it?
It appears to be the stress of the day has come over me, and I cannot seem to figure out these words that are wiggling around the page. Perhaps someone else would like to take a look at this book?
Let me see it.
He'll spin it around so you don't have to be sitting at the table.
I'm going to attempt to read the book.
Investigation check.
Uh, 12.
The words dance around for you as well.
Yeah, Dandy'll take a crack at it. That is a dirty 20.
This book talks about a place known as the Sword of Hope. How a group of heroes came together in a time when darkness was trying to devour the world, and had created this, what started as a single small village that grew to a kingdom. That these heroes were fearless and renowned. you will talk about that they had named a prince by the name of Akatosh, and that he left this world to travel to a place called Dragonclaw. It will also talk about that these heroes forged something called the Crown of Iron. That was a gift to the Minotaur people because the Minotaurs had been forced into magical slavery, and the Crown of Iron could break the mass hypnosis.
Okay, we need to find a thing called the Crown of Iron. And by the way, this book is about you, Tosh. I don't know how you can't read it.
Wait. It's specifically about me, or it is about...
Well, it mentions you by name.
Okay, now we're
It
getting
says you
somewhere.
went to somewhere called Dragonclaw and stuff.
But now we're getting somewhere, and he's going to get up and he's going to go get another book off of the shelf to start trying to read it, as he is looking for more information about him.
Tyr, do I remember correctly that when we were in the Emerald, we were told that the Minotaurs held 1/3 of the journal?
That is correct.
So now I am, having seen a book that the words were swimming that no one could read until someone managed it, I am looking at the bookshelf, specifically looking for a book that matches to the 2 pieces I already have.
Give me an investigation check, both of you, since you're trying to read another book.
You know what? No, not you. You've been doing shitty.
I think with it, Ben will probably grab one and see if
That's
it's readable.
much better.
Anybody that wants to grab a book and try to read it, give me an investigation check.
Reading?
Yeah, Dandy will take another stab
That
at a different
investigation?
book.
Yep, investigation. All right, Kruk, what'd you get?
19.
You find it. It's there on the bottom shelf, along with the others.
Holy shit.
Hmm?
What's up?
It's the last piece. The Journal of Mordred Nighthawk. We have the whole thing.
Hooray!
Scratch that off of our to-do list.
Guess I don't need the roll.
Well, if you're trying to find any more information, if you're trying
I would
to
like
read
to
the
find more
book-
information. But as a sage background researcher, when I attempt to learn or recall a new piece of lore, if I know where to find it, would I get advantage on like being able to scour the bookshelves trying to figure out like with the spines of what I'm looking for?
The spines are not labeled, so no.
Okay.
All right, Tosh,
23.
your book that tells the story of Jonathan Bloodlust in the Kingdom of Dragonclaw. How the people known as the Dragonlith were held captive and that he had saved them. He had restored the balance to the kingdom and caused it to float in the sky once more. He was worshipped as a god to the point that he became a god and was known as the God King. Until Dragonclaw fell and nobody knows where it's at. Now I need an intelligence saving throw. While you're doing that, Alice.
I got a whopping 14 on just grabbing a random book.
Can't read it. Ben, did you do one? What'd you
23.
get? 23. Your book talks about the Crown of Iron, that it was a gift forged, created that it could break mass hypnosis, that it's kept in the king's vault, that they are creatures that guard the tomb of the ancient kings before the 5 kingdoms were united, and the holy scepters, the holy tombs becoming part of the palace. That there, with the last king before Flamesong, the Crown of Iron rests, and if anyone was foolish enough, brave enough, or lucky enough to get it, then they would have this treasure that could potentially destroy any sort of mass hypnosis or mass magical subjugation.
All of that.
All right. John, what'd you...
It was a 17.
17. Your book talks about that there was a great and noble bard that was sang songs that was based in history that spoke of the Queen of Angramora and how she would take her throne when the gates of Angramora were thrown wide. And Ren, did you?
I did, but I only rolled a 16.
Okay. Tosh, what was your intelligence save?
16.
16. You are bombarded for a moment with flashes of memories, things that doesn't make sense. Being in a kingdom with dragonborn-like people that had tails and wings, with a human-esque looking man sitting on a throne. You have a memory of drinking from the water as clear as crystal and taste so divine, and that for a moment you thought you would die.
Oh, that's wow, that's interesting and very cool. I guess I used to be a dragon, I think, something like it. Have any of you heard of this? Any of you heard of people called Dragonlith?
Dear, have I ever heard of a dragonlith?
No.
Perhaps of a Jonathan Bloodlust or of a Dragon Claw, like what we just mentioned. That my book was speaking about a Jonathan Bloodlust and him saving that city and it becoming floating, and I guess it crashed somewhere, which is strange for a floating city. But no one knows where it is, and I was one of their people.
Give me a history check, Karak.
12 was 16.
In the 9/9, there was talk of supposedly one of the members finding an ancient kingdom and how they would speak about it in great length, especially when deep in their cups, because it was such a historic find, and how they wished that they could go back, but they made a promise never to return or tell anyone where it was.
One of the soldiers I used to serve with used to ramble on when he got drunk. Talk about how he found a place similar to what you're describing. Broken kingdom. Dragon-like humanoids with wings and tails. How he wished he could return there, but that he had made a promise to never divulge its location or ever return himself.
Well, clearly, I'm gonna need the name of that soldier, and should we ever get to a point where we can go and look at his records, I need to speak with him.
Do I remember his name?
Go ahead and give me a history check. What was you going to say, Ren?
Hey, Dandy. You said the book you were reading mentioned Tosh by name. What did it say?
It just said that there was a place called the Sword of Hope, and there were these great heroes, and then it mentioned Tosh by name, and then it mentioned him going off to Dragonclaw, and that's like it. Oh yeah, and the thing about the Iron Crown, which Tarios found a whole book on.
So maybe he wasn't one of these dragon people, he just went there?
Oh, no, I definitely feel like I was probably one of them, considering what my brain just did to my conscious self.
Okay.
Interesting. I rolled I got blackjack.
Oh, the journal.
No, on the. You told me to make another history check. See if I remembered the guy's name.
Oh, you do not.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try and read the journal.
All right. You have the two parts, right?
Yes.
As you look down at the third one, you can read it without needing any sort of decryption. I need everyone but Locke to please earmuff.
Ooh.
The journal talks about writing about the greatest betrayal of all, that while he thought Zaquez was the one trying to reforge the world, that it was not, but it was his beloved, Shayla Nighthawk, his wife, the once goddess of love, who had taken up the mantle of Hummingbird among the druids. She was the one that was orchestrating everything. It was her that was trying to bring about ruin and damnation. She was trying to reset the world.
Huh. Well, I'll be damned. All right, you can bring everybody back.
Muppet.
Sorry, I was catching up notes.
No, I'm
You're
waiting on
not the
Ben.
only one.
Ben, are you awake?
He's you're muted.
Oh, what a feeling. Been staring at the ceiling. Karak just he literally stops in his it just stops, and his jaw hangs open for a moment, and he curses an orcish under his breath. That bitch.
Which one?
I believe you know her as Hummingbird.
We met her, yeah.
Yes.
What the fuck she do?
She betrayed them. Mordred and the others. Mordred was her husband. She was one Shayla, the goddess of love. She tried to bring about the resetting of the world.
Why the fuck would she do something like that?
I don't know, but they all thought it was Zaquez. But it was really her. Which means it still could be. She could be behind all of this.
Do you have a way to get a message to my Aunt Mila?
Not today. I'll need to rest.
She's there. Or at least she was when we left. And she's the babies with her.
Yes, we will make that a priority. Did anyone find anything about the tiara or Gangriella?
While everyone else is doing this, Tasha's still going through every single book on this bookshelf.
Zaraj will share everything that he or she will share everything that she found in her book with Karak. I can words tonight, everybody. Words are good.
I couldn't read the one I picked up. I guess I could try another one.
I couldn't rate this one either if someone wants to give it a try. Hey, Venfira, we should switch books.
Alright. She'll switch books with Dandy and try to read this one.
Investigation. Investigation, Tosh.
Oh, that's much better.
That's even worse. That die was rolling nicely for me before. It's not now.
What'd you get, Alice?
24.
You will read about the Crown of Light, a tiara forged by celestial beings, that its sole purpose was to allow the separation from those that had become possessed. It could also allow its wearer access to see into the land of Angramora, the Shadow Realm. It casts light into the darkness.
Ooh, I found a book about the crown.
Okay,
the
tell me what it
tiara.
says. Well, what's it say?
Dandy will read it out loud, I guess.
It goes on to say that the weapon was hidden away because it is so powerful, because if a person does not have more than one soul, it will kill them. And that the process of purging that soul, a second soul from someone, can destroy that individual. The application of it is quite simple. You simply wear it and command it to purge.
Well, what's it say?
Dandy read it all out loud.
Sorry. Okay, well, that's less complicated than I thought.
But is now the right time to actually do it? I mean, the prophet said the swan's dancing and you saw it, but I don't think we've done all the 3 things we were supposed to do before releasing her yet.
There is an easy way to find out. I sit down on the floor, and I begin spreading implements out around me in a circle. And I take 10 minutes, and I ritually cast Commune.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, Benfira will relate to the others. Gangriella, when I had my ring off, she actually talked to me for the first time. She says if we don't do it soon, we'll be stuck together. Like, our souls will be fused.
Oh gosh. Did she tell you how long it'll be until that happens?
No, she just said it had to be soon.
No, soon could be 20 minutes, it could be a week.
I know. I wish everyone would be more clear. I wonder if she knows anything.
Can you talk to her? Like a relationship with the other being inside of your body?
I don't know. Let's see what Karak gets first.
All right, Karak, you laying your implements of worship, calling out to the goddess. You feel that soft embrace pulling you in to the warmth of her presence. You hear rumbling thunder. You can almost see bright flashes of lightning dancing on the horizon. You are in the presence of your goddess.
Is there more that we must do before using the Crown of Light, Tiara of Light, to separate Gangriella from Venfira?
I do not know if other things must be done beforehand, but time is of the essence.
If we successfully release Gangriella back to Angramora, will she overthrow her brother?
She will try.
The Iron Crown, is it here in the Royal City?
It is. And with that, you will feel that warmth fade. One final rumble and roar of thunder. One final flash of light as you find yourself back among the land of the living.
The goddess says that time is of the essence for freeing Gangriella. She does not know if there is more that should be done before we do it, but that time grows short.
I say that we should probably find the Iron Crown and free the Minotaur people before we set her free. That feels like it'd probably be important.
She also said that setting Gangriel free and putting her back into Angramora, that Gangriella will attempt to overthrow her brother, but the outcome of that is not certain. Finally, she said the Iron Crown is here, in the Royal City.
That's good
Didn't-
news. We don't have to track it
Did the
down.
book say it was in the vault?
Yeah, didn't Tarios find a book that said that?
Yeah, well, despite what the book may say,
Oh, they could have moved it. Yeah.
they could have taken it with them to the holy city where they are doing whatever it is they are doing, and that would be, what's the word? You know, the opposite of good.
Not good.
Yes.
Well, if the book says it's in the vault and your goddess has confirmed it's still in the city, that seems like it would be a logical place to start.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
What do you-
Just for clarification, the book said that it was in the old crypts of the old kings
Old
before they were moved to the palace. That was in the holy city.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been moved and it is here somewhere.
Well,
Probably in the palace.
they would probably keep it in their vault to keep it safe. That would be logical.
What do you think, Tarios? These are your people.
They would keep it in the vault.
And you know where that vault is?
Do I?
You do.
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. Now let me finish this book real fast, and we can head out. I got 23 on that investigation check.
This book is just more of the and so on begot so on and so on begot so on and so on begot so on.
Also, if we take the time to rest, I could just pray for the spell to let me locate an object.
We are a little battered and bruised. And burnt. She brushes a little bit of the char off of her.
Back to the palace! They've got
I wasn't
comfy
gonna say the
beds.
raining squirrel, but yeah, we have palace access now.
we'd be stealing a bit if we went to the Raining Squirrel. The proprietor's not there. We'd be using it without his permission. Like,
I mean, we did pay for rooms there.
I was gonna say, yeah, we paid for rooms. Like your status tab.
Since we are going to be here for another evening, and there's no one here to bother us in this library or anywhere else in the city, I'll meet you all at the palace. I'm going to read every single book on these shelves because it seems to be the best spot for me to learn more about me.
you can start with the one that Vinfira and I couldn't read.
She
Perfect.
points at the one that's in Vinfira's hands.
Then I'll just slip it on the table.
Perfect. I'll start there.
All right, investigation check.
It's a 5.
You can't read it.
Good thing you have
I'm
all
going to go ahead
night.
and tell you above board, you found all there is to find about Akatosh.
That's fine. He's genuinely like he is gonna stay there all night and probably like just keep trying to look at every single book just because he's found a breadcrumb and he thinks there's more to it. So
Okay. This is where we're going to go ahead and take our last break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back. Thank you so much for hanging out while we took our break. We are sans Ben. They was not feeling good. So they went ahead and exited. I got everybody put back in their boxes the best I could. I know my box is a little off. I'm going to try to adjust that as we go. When we left, you guys were heading back to the palace.
Yep.
Once more, making your way back to the deserted palace. What would you like to do?
I think we pick a room that's not the royal suite. Possibly one of the ones that the rest of us were given to bunk in for the night, so that we're not in the obvious target place.
Okay. So any particular, or just a room?
Dandy will offer hers.
Sure, we'll go to Dandy's room.
The room, like the others, is very large, very opulent. It is in the royal suite, so there is plenty of room for everyone.
We're just not going that one floor up to the really big room.
Just the slightly big room.
Yeah, and we're hoping that the magic trays still magic and give us food.
Very much so.
If not, I'm not above setting up the cauldron in the royal palace.
Setting it out on the balcony.
It probably, yeah.
So yeah, we'll get some food and we'll set watches, I suppose.
May I have the order of the watch?
Dandy will go first.
Zaraj will take second. That way she can kind of get a good look at the stars in the evening off the balcony.
Then I'll take a watch after Zaraj. But before they settled in for the night, she's gonna kind of slip off by herself, maybe to her room across the hall.
Okay.
For just a little bit.
And I'll take last, so I can prepare breakfast.
All right. We'll go ahead and resolve what's Vinfira doing.
She's gonna go across the hall. Find a spot to sit down, probably on the floor. And she's going to try to talk to Gangriella.
Okay.
She's going to open herself up to the psychic communication between the two. And she's going to try and talk to her.
What is she going to say?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'd like to know if you have any insight.
What kind of insight are you looking for, child?
Just trying to figure out if I'm doing this right. I want to make sure. I know this could kill me, and I want to make sure I'm giving everyone the best chance. Is it... I know you said it had to be soon. Any idea how soon?
I do not know how soon, child. I just know that the time is approaching.
What are you going to do when you get there?
I'm going to try to stop my brother.
Is there anything I can do to improve your chances?
No, child. Your all battle lies in the Druids' Enclave.
In the Druids' Enclave? You mean that bitch Shayla?
Yes.
So she is a problem child. Anything you can tell me about that?
She's dangerous. And she has a weapon of immense power that you all gave her.
Oh, motherfucker. How did I forget about that fucking sword? So we need to take out Shayla. Or at least stop her.
Yes.
Alright. I'll make sure the others know that. You got anything else for me?
You're doing a wonderful job with everything that's been thrown at you.
That is kind of weird to hear. I'm not used to that kind of thing, but then again, I guess you hear everything I hear, don't you?
Everything you hear, yes, child.
You know, sometimes, now that I know what's gone on, sometimes I wonder if Shava gave my uncle that ring to give me to make sure you didn't talk to me.
That I do not know.
I didn't think you did. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, I guess I should go get back to the others. Thanks. She'll get up, kind of shake it off. Since I don't know if she can select who can talk to her when she's open to psychic communication, she'll basically choose to close that back off for right now and go back to the others.
Okay.
Maybe slamming the door as she goes in. We have a fucking problem.
Yes. What? What now? We're under attack.
No, you remember that fucking sword we left with the druids?
Oh, shit.
That means Shayla has it, and Gangriella says Shayla is totally a problem. So we have an ex-goddess with a magic fucking sword that our dumbass is left with her.
A magic murder sword.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, everyone, sweet dreams.
Indeed.
And like she usually does, she'll go flop down and just go to sleep because she sleeps like the dead.
All right. Dandy, you're on first watch. I need a perception check, please.
Yes, sir. Ooh, that's a good roll. What is my perception? 19 plus 9 is a 38, right?
Yes.
Then 38.
Everything is quiet. Everything is still. You're
19 plus 9?
Yes.
28.
28.
28, okay.
Still.
Still good. But I was like, wait, math. Hold on.
Math the
Usually
devil.
I'm good at math.
Your shift will pass without incident.
Zaraj took second, right?
Zaraj is taking second, correct.
Then she'll, once her shift is up, she'll go wake up Zaraj. And also give Honey a little treat.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Alright, Zaraj and the Badger will take second watch.
All right.
Curiously, Dandy has decided to crawl under the bed to go to sleep.
character sheet here because all my stuff got logged out. Here, I'm just gonna do it this way.
Excuse me.
So how was everyone doing as I'm looking at my stats?
Not bad. Not bad.
It's 19 on the die, and then perception.
Is it +9?
I think so, yeah.
I know, so I just looked.
Oh, cool. Now I can try to log back into D&D Beyond because Google Chrome logged me out of everything.
Your shift will pass without incident as well.
Alright, without incident. I will then go on to, I believe it was, Ven was doing third, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, when you approach her, you'll see, as usual, she's laying perfectly still, ice cold to the touch, and not breathing.
Yeah, at this point it doesn't phase Zaraj at all. Like, when Zaraj first met the party, like, oh dear, no, just like a gentle nudge, like, get her out of that cold slumber.
Yeah, I'm up. Alright. Which die are we gonna roll? We're gonna roll this one. Yeah, that's a 7 on the die. And I have a +2 on perception, so 9.
Everything seems normal.
I like how you say seems, because that makes me nervous, and you know it makes me nervous.
What? Rainbows, puppies, unicorns. Show them the
Bullshit.
unicorn, Dandy. See? Unicorns.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Ven-
evil
and
undead
Ren's,
unicorns.
Ren's got the rainbows covered with her hair.
I have a kitten on the desk.
Close enough.
We just need a puppy. Go get Zoe.
I say she's on the
she's-
steps over here sleeping.
She's laying in her bed right now.
All right. As my watch ends, I'll go wake Karak up.
Multipass.
Your turn.
Fucking Fifth Element reference tonight.
I was waiting to do that when we went into the library and someone tried to stop us, but then there was no one in the library because Tyr emptied the city, so it's just been sitting here waiting for me to do a gag with it. Karak will get up and take a watch. And when it gets close to time, I'll go and order breakfast from the plates.
All right. Perception check.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
My perception's a +4.
Things will go smoothly until dawn, when you will hear penetrating your mind. Cleric, this is Bane. Is my niece okay? Things are about to get worse.
I will respond to that momentarily. First, I have an above table question, which is, have we gotten a long rest at this point?
Yes.
Okay. So I have my spells refreshed, which is important because what I need might require a second sending spell for him. So I will respond to his sending. Venfira is fine. We are in the Minotaur Palace. Have Tiara of Light soon to attempt remove Gangriella from her. How things worse. And then I will activate another sending spell and say, All Minotaurs under some hypnosis being drawn to Holy City for nefarious purpose assume. Searching for Iron Crown.
Gates to Angramora attempting to be broken. What is broken cannot close. We'll try to get to you. Be safe.
Fuck it, I'm gonna burn one more slot. I'm gonna do one more. Mordred's wife, betrayer, now known as Hummingbird, has magic sword of death left in her possession. We head there next.
Fuck.
So, if any of us were waking up about then, would we have heard Karak's end of the conversation then?
That is if he was saying it out loud or not, because it's...
Oh yeah, sure. I said that
Okay.
out loud. Sure, I'll let that be.
In that case, Benfira is just staring at you, a little confused.
I wait and see if there's anything else.
Nope.
Like there's a pregnant pause as I just sit there for a minute, like just my eyes shifting back and forth, like I'm waiting, listening intently. Okay, I think we're done.
Dandy will yawn and roll out from under the bed.
Ven will finally sit up and quit staring at him from a corpse-like position. What the hell, dude? Who are you
That
talking
was
to?
Bane.
My uncle?
Yes.
Well, what's going on? Is he okay?
He says things have gotten worse. He's making his way to us as fast as he can. But he doesn't know how soon he'll get here. So I've let him know where we intend to go next after we solve the problems here. He says that the gates of Angramora are becoming strained, and that if they break, they cannot be closed again. That is why time is of the essence.
Well, then I have to do it now, don't I?
Yes, I think we cannot wait any longer.
Okay. Guys all get your breakfast.
No.
No?
Well, yes and no. If you need a minute, that is fine. But don't start anything without us.
I'm
You
not going to.
should take a minute, take a moment, whatever you need. Then come and sit and have breakfast with us. We will sit as a family and we will have breakfast. And then we will do all we can to support you in this. And help you through it.
Yeah, what he said.
Coffee and breakfast is on the platter.
I'm not really hungry right now. I need a minute.
Take a minute. Like I said, just don't do anything foolish.
My name isn't Pants.
That is fair. Speaking of, perhaps he should be here for this.
Oh, that's right. He's in the library.
I'll go get him. You all eat.
That's probably about when he starts to walk. He walks to the door. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, good. You're here.
Yes, wasn't that the plan for me to meet back here in the morning after I finished my late night library excursions?
Yes, I was just about to come and get you, though. We have
Here I am.
we have things to do. And I'll catch him up on my conversation with Bane.
And as you finish saying that, finish the catching up, Tosh will also go. Fuck.
I have a very important question. Did Tosh spend all night reading books?
He at some point would have been like, all right, it's time to sit here motionless and stare out the door.
Take a power nap.
A power down nap.
Okay.
Oh.
He went into sleep mode.
That's what we need, John. We need a thing, an exclamation point pun. The audience takes psychic damage from the bad puns. We need that.
All right, give me like 10. Give me 2 minutes.
So you know, when it's time to wake Tosh for his watch, do we just grab the mouse and shake it just to wake him back up?
Just be
wave
careful
your
what
hand
you're
in
grabbing.
front of us. He has.
What? He doesn't have any
okay.
genitals.
That
You hit the
doesn't mean you
space bar a
shouldn't be
bunch of times.
grabbing. Just pull his finger. It's fine.
Just wave in front of his eyes. He's not asleep. He can hear and everything like that.
Yeah, which is why Ven thinks it's funny to just like lean down in his face and talk to him. Since
Dandy
that's
at
how she
least grab some
woke up to him
coffee.
the first time.
Dandy will grab some coffee and maybe some eggs. And bacon. And sausage. And pancakes. Maybe a waffle.
Ven is kind of standing in the corner, just kind of like hands on the wall, leaned on the wall, like taking some breaths.
Whatever you guys are doing.
I shall walk over to Benfira, just kind of stand next to her. Not really saying anything, just standing there, knowing that there may not be any words to say, but being close by might be comforting. So he's gonna try doing that.
Man, pun. Oh, goddamn it, locked me out of Twitch as well. Goddamn.
What are you even doing, Tosh?
Oh, that
There we go.
is
Thank
a,
you, Lox.
that is a very
welcome.
large question to ask. What am I doing here right now at this moment? What am I doing here in general? I mean, I'm a scion of the Awoken, so I guess my whole purpose in life is to possibly die so that the rest of the universe could be restarted. I recently found out I was a really cool adventurer, and now I'm stuck in this stupid metal body.
I meant, why are you standing next to me?
Oh, you looked distressed, so I figured you don't like being touched and not really spoken to, so I would just be here as support. If you have to lean against something, I mean, you can lean against me, I suppose. Might be better than the wall.
Did Karak tell you what's going on this morning?
Yeah. He caught me up with everything.
So you know after breakfast I'm going to try and release Gangriella.
Yeah.
And you know I might die.
But
That's why I have Revivify.
I'm going to be exactly real with you. Every day that we go to sleep and every day that we wake up, we could die. We are adventurers. You accepted that the first day that you went to school and started studying some magic things. You accepted it the first day that you spoke to the Jaleel guy that I wanted to punch in the face. And you accepted it when you found out that you could die from separating from Gangriella.
Dude, you know I didn't go to school by choice, right?
I don't know your backstory. We didn't have a long conversation talking about everything. I just know that you were at some party that I was also decided to be at, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, here we are about to separate one of the souls inside of your body.
All right, you know, when you put it that way, you're right. I never told any of you guys except Karak anything, did I?
I mean, I suppose, but I'm not one for knowing everyone's backstory. I mean, that's part of being an adventurer, is not knowing someone's backstory and then maybe possibly finding it out through an elaborate sense of sitting down around the campfire, or sharing a book, or in the throes of passionate lovemaking, which I cannot do because, again, I have no penis. So, with that being said, you almost could die. It means little to nothing to me, because I know you're not going to. How do I know this? Because you are so very strong. You've conquered demons, literal demons. We've literally fought someone who was supposed to be dead before. Let's see, what else have we fought that we should have died from? Oh yeah, the Minotaur King, we killed him. That is nothing new to us, and therefore nothing to be scared of.
And I actually died.
And Dandy actually died. And look, she's still here too.
You're right. I've got all
And-
be alright.
And if it helps, Zaraj and I are both quite accomplished healers.
Yes, I am all prepared that somebody may die today.
Yes, as am I. And so
By our powers combined.
if it is within our power to keep you alive, know that it will be done.
Make sure you're willing to come back to your body. I hear that is a very big thing.
And if you don't want to come back to this body, I can definitely get you a new one.
But don't do that, because you could then look like, and then he knocks on his head, me.
Maybe
Nah,
if
you
I'm
look
lucky
up,
afterwards, I'll look like me.
That would be pretty cool. I look forward to seeing your natural skin tone.
So I have a question.
Well, I have to interject something here because it is something that was information that was given to you all by Albert the Prophet. That if this goes wrong, there's no coming back. Because
Doesn't mean we're not going to try.
No,
Just
I'm
the
just,
prophet said it.
I'm just making sure that everyone is completely aware, because the prophet was very specific about that. And what's your question, Alice? Is it for me or for them?
Well, it's kind of for the audience. If Pants doesn't have genitals, does that mean that Pants' pants were robbed? Hashtag.
I gotta use the new command again.
Well, good night, everyone. I'm done.
Look, I know there might not be any coming back from this. And I appreciate the support that all of you have shown. But if shit goes sideways, you have to make sure my Aunt Mila is safe, okay?
Absolutely.
Panther?
No, the panther is named after my aunt.
Oh, not
Do you
the other
remember
way
when we
around.
went to the druids
Ooh.
and the redhead was all surprised to see me? That's my
I
aunt.
should
Yeah.
allow me to do that before we get started, since I've already burned most of my spells for that level already. I'll go ahead and do another one. I cast Sending, and I send to Mila.
The druid, not the panther.
Yes. Beware. Mordred's wife is the betrayer. Goes by Hummingbird now. Much danger. Try to stay safe. Heading your way soon.
I don't understand what you mean by the betrayer. But I have already been warned by Bane to leave. Heading to home. Venfira knows.
Bane has already warned your aunt. She is heading home. She said you would know where that is.
I do.
Perhaps you should tell us, just in case.
You've all been to the Emerald.
Okay, that's where she's heading then.
Should
From
be
the Druids to the Emerald. Got it. Just wanted to make sure that home wasn't some sort of code and that, we weren't having to guess.
I don't even know if my family would care, but if it goes sideways, if you find yourself in a place called Wells Deep, look for Kiri's dress shop.
I will see that it is done.
My sister would be hard to miss. We're identical. Well, we were identical twins.
So like the living, breathing version of you as opposed to, yes.
She's going to speak a few words of Infernal, letting the shadows swirl up her. Her dark blue hair will become a dark blonde. Her eyes will become honey brown. Her skin will take on a healthy pink glow. Yeah, like this.
Oh, I see. Perfect. Just
Hey,
a minute.
Ben.
Yeah.
Would you like a hug before you do this?
She's gonna let the disguise drop. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah.
Dandy gives a big ol' squeezy hug.
And Karak is immediately in line, like...
Yeah, we all like...
Group hug!
Oh, as soon as you said, yeah, I guess, as soon as she says that, Pants is already, like, hugged.
Karak waits. Karak waits and lets others hug first, and then...
Yeah,
but is in the line waiting, like...
Zaraj knows that this is a special occasion, and if we all hug at once, it might be too much hugging. So she will wait to do it one at a time.
So when Karak hugs Venfira, he whispers to her, "For what it's worth, if I were to ever have a daughter, I would hope she is half as strong as you."
You know, I think I'd cry if I actually physically could at this point. Look, I know I'm kind of hard on you guys. But I promise I actually care. And yeah, Pants, you're a dumbass. But you're our dumbass, and we like you.
Well, apparently it was both in life and in other life, because I have nothing to refute that statement, so possibly it's just bleed over from my other previous. Who knows? Maybe we'll all get to meet each other in our normal forms.
Maybe.
I mean, this is what I'd like. just, yeah.
And you're just fine the way you are. I mean, let's be honest, people who don't like orcs are stupid.
In my experience, yes.
You know, Dandy,
Hmm?
I liked you when we met because you reminded me of Honora. My sister. You've got that kind of like sunshine thing going on.
She'll give a big beaming grin.
But you're just twisted enough that you're fun.
And then she'll giggle a little madly. Just a little.
And you
While,
know, Ziraj, you're kind of like a mama. But it's in a nice way. Not that in that annoying, like, wear your rain hat way.
I've always tried to give the love that I feel people deserve. And you deserve as much as I've given, if not more.
Alright, enough fucking mushy shit.
While she was talking to the two of them, Karak slipped over to the platter, and then comes back over with a chocolate pie in his hand. Come on for the road, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, let's have some pie. And I won't throw it at Tosh this time.
Wait a second, that's a magical plate. Let me try something. And Tosh will walk over to the plate and say, I would like 1 bottle of Malcolm's mead, please.
Nothing
Welcome,
happens.
Raiders.
Hey,
Yeah,
we just got raided by the Mist Awakened.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yay, raid.
Welcome to our Halloween episode. We don't normally look like this.
You said nothing happens?
Nothing happens.
Shit. So much for a magical platter. Blah.
Dandy,
Hey, some things can't be replicated by magic.
I mean, I could break out a bottle if we want.
Dandy will just sidle up to the platter, though, and whisper to it, "Cucumber sandwich milk."
God damn it.
What a throwback, though, honestly.
Right?
What an
Like, way back to the
actual
beginning.
throwback.
Oof.
Then I'll eat a piece of pie with everybody. Alright, well. She'll get up. Go get the tiara, the crown of light, out of her bag. I guess we do this.
Ziraj,
Yes.
do you have Bless prepared?
Do I have Bless prepared today? I do have it prepared. Actually, yes, I do. Because I am
Oh.
fated. I always have it prepared.
So
I have an
if
idea.
well, one moment, Dandelion. If you can bless Venfira,
Mm-hmm.
that will help her with saves, and then I can, because they are both concentration based, I can focus on just continually giving her guidance. The whole that
I will
she's
bless and you will guide. She'll
Yes.
be guided and blessed.
which mechanically means that you'll get an extra D4 on all skill checks and saving throws that you have to make while trying to expel Gangriello, trying to purge your soul.
Alright.
So, the prophet said that when we see the swans dance, maybe that's the location we have to do it in.
No, that's just 2 doors down. It's my room.
We should be in there just in case.
That's very wise, Dandy.
Yeah, that's fair. She'll carry the crown in her hands as they make their way over to the other room. Once everybody's inside, she'll kind of give everybody a look over one more time. turn her back so she's facing the wall. And all right then.
Less.
Guidance. And Tyr, just every 6 seconds I'm casting guidance because it lasts a minute, but it only lasts until you make an ability check or a skill check. So I'm just going to spam it. I'm just going to keep casting it so that anything that she needs it for, it's there. So basically, I'm just going to keep a hand like on her shoulder and just concentrate on guidance the whole time.
Well, here we go. She will put on the Crown of Light and focus on where Gangriella needs to go and releasing her.
When you put on the Crown of Light, when you summon the ability to purge, the rest will watch you vanish, and you will find yourself standing in a desert, the wind beating against your skin, burning, stinging. You will find that the sun is blotted from the sky by dark, thick clouds, and there before you, the woman that you saw in the mirror so many nights ago will be Gangriella.
What are we doing here?
It's the power of the crown, my child.
All right. What do we do now?
You must speak the words, be purged, and then pray you endure.
Good luck. Be purged.
Pain, intense, ungodly, not of the physical nature, but of the emotional nature. Every harsh word spoken to you, every mean look cast in your direction, the weight of every decision that you've had to make based on the prejudices of the world will all focus on a single moment in time, this moment in time. Your heart will rend asunder and your soul will turn to ash as this pain will consume you. You have been hard for so long, but even this is such a mighty wave that it blasts through the walls that you had built. Consumed by this pain, you will watch her begin to fade. And it comes down to this. I need a Constitution saving throw. You can add the 1d4 as they did cast guidance before you vanished.
If you're talking to us, Ren, you're muted.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to decide which die to roll and telling the cat to stop trying to get my dice. Okay. Oh, that's not good. It's a Constitution save.
Yes.
Over your D4.
I did. I rolled
Okay.
that. So that's 16 altogether.
This pain will gnaw and chew, rip and rend. It will feel now as if it is trying to burst from you. You will find that you cannot help but cry as you recall the way your own parents looked at you, how they looked at you with fear when once they looked at you with love, how those like Shava looked at you now with fear and disgust when once you were part of the family. How everyone turned their backs on you. How you were left alone, cast from your own home without even an I love you, but a be safe. Forced to a place where you did not want to go, where you were studied like an oddity under a microscope, your every move scrutinized. This will rush through you. And somewheres in that myriad of mixed emotion, that maelstrom of pain, there will be a single mote of light, a single mote of hope. You will see faces before you. You will see Dandy and her mad giggling. You will see Zaraj, her mother elephant self, and all the times that she has healed you. You will see Pants and his awkward ways of trying to comfort and bring guidance. You will see Tarios, who has always been there to try to lend a joke to lighten the mood. You will see Karak, that friend, that father figure, whom you have bared to more than any. I need one more Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. 27.
And in that hope will spread warmth that will come. Warmth that will bring more tears. Tears of relief as you have found a home among these outcasts. You have found acceptance and you have found family when you had found none. Hope that standing together you have faced challenges that would have destroyed others but were victorious. Hope that there is still breath within you to fight, that there is still a chance to keep this world from falling to darkness. And you will come to yourself in that hope, there on the floor amongst your friends. But they will see something different than before, because begone will be the pale shades of death. Now the flush of life will brush the cheeks. Gone will be the stilled heart, for now your pulse will pound in your ears like drums. Gone will be the embrace of death, as you are that which you were before. You are alive, Infura, truly and in all ways. In this moment, you are alive.
Why is my heart beating so hard?
I could not tell you because I also do not know what that feels like, but I think that means that you are a living, breathing human being. Welcome back, Venfia.
I mean, you did just take a breath.
I is a living human being.
I put my hand down to help you up.
She'll take it. I imagine she's probably shaking a bit right now.
My dear, you're not cold.
But I'm always cold. She'll kind of look down at her hand. The other.
Quick, take her to the mirror! Take her to the mirror!
I guide her over to the mirror.
She will flat out stare in disbelief. And she will cry. Which will totally catch her off guard.
Tosh is clapping harder now that you're crying.
She's like reaching up and touching the tears. I haven't cried since I was 10.
I think this means she's gone.
I honestly didn't think I'd survive that.
I had nothing but faith in you.
And if you ever tell anybody I got mushy, I will totally kick your ass.
I mean,
And what?
Who would I tell?
Yeah. Everybody I know is either on another island or right here. Pants. Ven got mushy.
oh,
He knows!
I'll just. I mean, I can shout it from. I mean, there's no one in the city. I can literally
Yeah, that's
shout it
no one in
outside
the
right
city.
now.
Pardon me, I'm going to go tell the entirety of the royal city. Pardon me a moment. And I shout out the window from the balcony.
And you all will hear a sound you've never heard before. Then Farah will start to giggle.
What? What? That's
Dandy's
not possible.
jaw drops. I mean, she's smiling, but it drops.
Would you like another hug, Vanfira?
Yes, actually, I think I would.
And she's gonna give
Hug.
a big old mama
Yeah,
hug.
she gets the group hug this time.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought I'd see that face looking back at me from a mirror again. My own face.
Does this mean you can't do shadow magic anymore?
I don't know. There's only one way to know. Let's see.
Try a cantrip.
Bring your puppy out.
I don't want to do that. It has to have a target.
Like I said, a shadow hound would be the ultimate test of shadow magic.
She'll move way back from everybody, moving her hands, speaking in some infernal, and casting sword burst. Since that won't actually target anyone, it just spins around her.
Blades dancing in the air, encircling you.
She'll drop it. Wait. And she'll push up her sleeve and look at her arm. Does the shadow still dance across her skin?
No.
It's gone.
But your magic remains.
It does. When she cast that tear, did shadow swirl up her hands and arms like it usually does?
Yes.
Death said the power would stay. Even once I released her, that nothing could change the magic in me.
Well, that's kind of cool. You're now one of the first and probably only living shadow magic users, and that makes you kind of a badass.
Well, when they sent
my
me to
opinion.
school, they told me that I was the first known shadow magic user in over 400 years.
Now you're the living shadow magic user.
And you don't have Gangriella in you anymore. Which means the shadows aren't gonna try and kidnap you.
Well, I wouldn't get too excited about that just yet. You never know what those assholes will do.
It means Lilith should no longer be targeting us, though.
She does want to fight us, though, doesn't she?
I wouldn't
know
put
that
anything
correctly.
past that bitch.
Right.
Alright, now we must find a crown.
And this, my friends, is where we're going to stop for the evening.
Aww.
Having come this far, my body says that I am done. I apologize.
It's a good stopping place.
Mhm.
Good,
Nothing to
good
be sorry
plot.
for.
Stop.
I do hope that each one of you has enjoyed playing tonight. It has been my honor to DM you. It has been good to feel like my old self tonight. To those of you watching in the audience, thank you so much. You're the reason that we do this, and we hope that you found it enjoyable as well. Let's go ahead and remind people who we are, where they can find us, and let's call it an evening.
Everybody, I was John, your loving motherly Loxodon Druid Zeraj. You can find me all over the internet at that_film_guy.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley, the voice of Venfira, and you can find me on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Patrick, the voice of Tosh. You can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice, the voice of Dandy Santhy Gelbean Gigglebox Monfrey. I decided not to put Pincushion there this time. And you can find me on Twitter at Cap'n Cuppycake.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Locke Clark, and I play Karak Stoutheart, and you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter Patience at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
And I'm Tier the DM, the world's okayest DM, and you can find me on Twitter at Tier_the_DM. Like Venfira learned tonight, darkness comes, and it comes in waves. It comes to seek and destroy and devour. but even the smallest mote of light of hope can cast it away. Remember that you are not alone no matter what you're going through. There are people in this world that love you and want to be your point of hope. Let them. Remember that love and inclusion, these are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. Come join us and be torchbearers. Remember that we will not be here next week. It is Halloween and we will be taking that off. And until next time, remember to live a life to make yourself proud. Good night.
Night, everybody. Happy Halloween. Merry Samhain.
Blessed Samhain.